Hey, what's up everybody? So today I'm at the aquarium shop and he just got a big delivery and I just kind of wanted to go over a couple of the fish that he got with you because, I mean, they're not too popular. You don't see them a lot in the hobby, but they still make great additions to your tank. So let's go over some unique fish that I think will add tons of personality to your tank. So starting it off is a fish that I've kept for a long time, the Longnose hawkfish. Now, right off the bat, the first thing you notice is that long nose, hence the name Longnose hawkfish, right? And it's just super unique. It's just so different compared to other saltwater fish in its look. Its behavior in the tank, it likes to perch on rocks. It likes to be kind of above everybody and just kind of check out the scenery. They definitely like to observe. They're an active fish. They're always in the forefront. You're not going to find them hiding, which is very important in the saltwater tank. You want that, you want your fish to be visible. Now, as far as their temperament, they say they're definitely reef safe. They won't mess with corals. They say they can go after inverts. I've never personally had that problem, but I know when they get big enough, they can eat some of the shrimp. They can possibly, be a little aggressive towards smaller, more docile fish as well. Now they get big, they get about 7-8 inches, but I think about a 55-gallon tank should do well for these guys. They should be fine in that, but that's the minimum I would go with these guys. I've kept plenty of these over the years and I've always had really good luck with them, but again, every fish has its own personality and you might end up getting an aggressive one, so just keep that in mind. So this is a Pinktail triggerfish. It's an Indo-Pacific fish. It's got that really pink tail that gives it some character. It's a relatively easy to care for fish. It needs an aquarium of about 150 to 200 gallons. And it seems from our experience to be pretty well tempered compared to most triggers. Second only to the blue jaw. I would say it does decent in a reef setting, but can possibly go after inverts and small fish. Now every fish has its own personality, so be cautious. But I really dig these guys. They're really cool.
Speaking of cool fish, one of my all-time favorite fish, definitely in the top 10, the Bella goby. I mean, look at that gold head with that pink body, just adds so much color to your reef tank. Now these are a sand-sifting goby, so be aware if you do have a reef tank and you have corals that are in the sand, that could be an issue because they tend to spit sand everywhere and that can get on the coral and irritate them. They're very hardy. Just make sure you have a well-established sand bed. I wouldn't go anything less than a 55-65 gallon with these guys. Preferably a 125 gallon tank is ideal. Just an awesome fish, even tempered. They will take some frozen meaty foods, preferably flakes and pellets. They can do all right on. Now for a fish that I have kept, the Lyretail hogfish. Now this is a juvenile right here, but they just got great coloration. They got that bright orange head with that black and white polka dotted rear end with that lyre tail that kind of streams behind them. Now, as far as temperament, they're really cool. I've had them with chromis, firefish, all types of docile fish, and they've done really, really well for me. Also kept them with a little more aggressive fish like a trigger and a tang, and they can hold their own for sure. Now here's another one that's in a reef setting. They're completely fine with coral. Now they can go after hermits and hermit crabs and snails, but I've never personally had that problem. They've always done well for me. I just think they're a great addition to the tank, and they're just, like I said, great personalities, just a super chill fish, and awesome. Now this is a fish I always wanted to keep. This is a Sunburst anthias. I mean, look at the color on this thing. Look at the body shape. It's just so unique and different. And I just think it just looks so cool in a reef setting. As far as the temperament, they're just a really calm fish. They're not aggressive in any way. They do really well in a community reef tank. Here's actually one in a reef tank with wrasse and tangs, and they do fine. They can be a little bit more difficult to take care of because of their requirements, but I mean, to me, it's definitely worth the effort and the time because this fish is just a great addition. I love it. One day I will keep this fish. I promise you that. Now we have the Lamarck angelfish, which is unique because it's one of the only reef-compatible angelfish that are out there. These guys get a decent size, about 9 inches, so you'll need a decent size tank, about 125 gallons minimum. They can be a little bit temperamental towards more docile fish. But I found them to be pretty good in a community reef tank setting. Now here's Tommy to tell you what to look for when shopping for Lamarck angel or any type of angelfish.
Those fish, you want to make sure that they're swimming nice and smooth. You don't want them bobbing up and down. That means that their swim bladders are all inflated, and they should probably be popped when the bubbles come out.
Thank you, Tommy. Tommy of Tanknicians, everybody. So the reason why I wanted to do this video was because I'm in the aquarium service business, and a lot of times I see the same fish over and over in people's tanks. You know the fish I'm talking about. The clownfish, the tank, you know, the yellow, the blue tangs, the royal grandmas. It's all the firefish. It's all the same fish. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys there are other fish out there that I think will make your tank unique and really separate your tank from everybody else's tank and give it its own personality, which I think is really important.
Not that there's anything wrong with the fish that I've named. They do really well in captivity, and that's probably why they are so popular. But I just think the saltwater hobby gets a little bit, you know, kind of stuck in a rut where we just see the same things over and over again. And you don't see that in the freshwater hobby. People are more willing to take chances, and I just like to see that in the saltwater hobby a little bit.
You know, let's not get stagnant. Let's try something different and, you know, really separate your tank from everybody else's. I think that's what it's all about.
I just wanted to kind of give some different options and some different looks at things that you can add to your tank if you're thinking about adding another fish or starting a tank. Just make sure when you do pick a fish that it fits what you want to have and get out of the hobby, and you put a lot of thought into it. I know I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but to me it's kind of important just because I deal with this on a daily basis as a job. So just wanted to communicate that with you guys.
Now there are plenty of fish that I've left out that, you know, obviously deserve a lot of love, and I'll get to that in the next video. But if there's any other fish that you feel like, you know, are under the radar or don't get enough respect, drop it in the comments down below. I'd appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.